Dr. Hergy Valenzuela with Mr. and Mrs. Gregorio Valenzuela Jr. Dr. Michelle Jude Vaz with Mr. and Mrs. Jude Manuel Vaz. Dr. Albert Jason Vasquez with Mr. and Mrs. Noel Vasquez. Dr. Marion Isabel Vega with Mr. and Mrs. Roque Eduardo Vega. Dr. Emmanuel Velasco Jr. with Dr. Emmanuel and Dr. Margaret Velasco. Dr. Maria Desiree Velasco with Mr. and Mrs. Rosendo Velasco. Dr. Maria Corazon Veluz with Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Eduardo Veluz. Dr. Matthew Silvino Vizera with Mr. and Mrs. Silvino Vizera. Dr. Bien Christian Victoriano with Engineer and Mrs. Bienvenido Victoriano. Dr. Charmaine Reyes Villalobos with Mr. and Mrs. Rodolfo Villalobos. Dr. John Albertito Villaluna with Mrs. Marilyn Villaluna and Mr. Tito Villaluna. Dr. Severin Van Villaluz with Dr. and Mrs. Severin Villaluz. Dr. Margarita Isabel Villanueva with Mr. and Mrs. Manuel Paul Villanueva. Dr. Shane Karen Villarina with Mr. and Mrs. Esmeralda Villarina. Dr. Christine Villo with Engineer and Mrs. Romel Villo. Dr. Angelique Jezamay Waja with Mr. and Mrs. Francis Waja. Dr. Wuda Wang. Dr. Kyle Ryan Warzanyak with Mrs. Jacqueline Warzanyak. Dr. Annie Eliza Wong with Engineer and Mrs. Buna Wong Jr. Dr. Jenica Wong Tip with Mr. and Mrs. Tanawat Wong Tip. Dr. Kenneth Jefferson Yang with Mr. and Mrs. Jack Yang. Dr. Chester Aldwin Yap with Mr. and Mrs. Agustin Yap. Dr. Dinar Gerano with Mr. and Mrs. Donato Gerano. Dr. Roll Brian Yat with Mrs. Nenita Yat and Mr. Arthur Santos. Dr. Jirawit Yemsuk Sirirat with Mr. Kujawit Yemsuk Sisirat and Kontrapa Yemsuk Sisirat. Dr. Bianzi Rose Yeban with Mr. and Mrs. Rowell Yeban. Dr. Mark Kevin Yekpot with Mr. and Mrs. Rowell Yekpot. Dr. Rosarian Erica Yuzon with Mr. and Mrs. Enrico Yuzon. Dr. Yazar Yusuf with Mr. and Mrs. Mohabad Yusuf. Dr. Peter Dominic Zapatos with Dr. Carlos Zapatos and Mrs. Carolina Zapatos. Dr. Augustus Alejandro Zenit with Engineer Alan Zenit and Dr. Estelia Zenit. Dr. First Rowell Zhu and Mr. Mrs. Gu Jian Zhu. Those are the graduates of the Our Lady of Fatima College of Medicine. Thank you and good day.
Thank you very much, Ms. Elaine Lanuza Pascual, our University Registrar, and our university officials for leading in the distribution of the diplomas and the hooding. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now listen to the valedictory address of Dr. Charmaine P. Ladia, cum laude and class valedictorian, Doctor of Medicine Class 2019.
Esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Joselito Javier, our dear University President, Dr. Caroline Enriquez, Dean of the College of Medicine, Dr. Raytaldo Olazo, Dean of the College of Dentistry, Dr. Arturo De Leon, members of the administration, faculty, and staff, dear parents, guests, and of course, to my fellow graduates of Class 2019, good afternoon. At this point, lahat ng gutom magingay! So, pakisabi sa katabi mo, congratulations. So, thank you for the participation. Because probably at one point in time, we may have muttered our own versions of ayoko na, when we were at the point of breaking and at the verge of quitting. But this exciting day tells us a different story. We are here, we did not break, we did not quit. And despite all the odds, we did not give up and we managed to finish. I think we all deserve a warm round of applause. First and foremost, I'd like to give thanks and glory to our Almighty God, the Lord Jesus Christ, whom all things were through Him, by Him, and for Him alone. It is of immense honor and privilege to be able to speak in front of you today in behalf of the brilliant Our Lady of Fatima University Doctors Class 2019. I may not be the most qualified person, but since I did find my way up here, please allow me to act out the role and take this golden opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to everyone that made our stay in Fatima worthwhile. And of course, that includes our professors, all the members of the faculty and staff. We thank you for your dedication, patience, and of course, for the passion that you have imparted in molding us as physicians. It is through all your humble sacrifices that we are now here with you as graduates. Med school was not a mere walk in the park. I'm sure everyone here would most definitely agree with me that it took more than sheer intellect to get where we are today. Indeed, countless challenges confronted us every step of the way. We all had our fair share of disappointments, failures, and defeat, but we cannot deny that it was tough. But we are not here to toast the negatives. Yes, we do not deny that they too have taught us so much. But we are here, living out this exciting day in order to celebrate our victories. Because finally, we have finished the race. One of the strengths of this batch is our strong sense of teamwork. Sure that we have differences in opinions and principles, but when it came to the welfare of the whole batch, there was no compromise. When presented with a challenge, there's nothing our class can't do if we plan together over our dozens of group chats we have by now. Many times we wanted to give up, but we did not. My dears, for that we are all brave, we are all champions. We have spent thousands for the alarm clocks, rainbows of highlighter, literally mountains of high-yield patok, latest handouts from the small shops across the school. I'm actually surprised that Anis and Kuya Mac are not here today with us to see a batch of their favorite customers go. We already have savored the very familiar sense of cadavers, refreshed with formaldehyde during our anatomy classes. We almost have tried out all the coffee drinks available, which can barely keep us up anymore. This may be actually one of the rarest moments that we are not holding coffees in our hand. Resting heart rate. It's weird, isn't it? We have fumbled through our first attempts, appreciating breath sounds and murmurs, pretending you heard it just because one of your bibong groupmates said he or she did. We have survived, finally, the examinations given by our very able but most challenging professors in Fatima. We have learned how to manage our time, multitask, and prioritize our education over everything else, including our holidays, our physical appearance, our weight. Well, in my case, I had 10 uniforms already during my first year, first sem. And visual acuity, and sadly, also the family times are sacrificed. But hey, brave soul, I tell you this, and I tell you now, all of these are our victories. They not only make us doctors, they also make us champions. Hard work and learning in medicine are eternal, but as Fatimanian doctors, we do not fear, we do not back down. Because imbued with the teachings and values our school has imparted, we all know that we will rise to the top. For me, medicine is not only a battle of intellect, but more of a battle of mindset. Well, I'm not saying I'm the happiest person. Like you, I get angry, I get upset, and even insecure. But I try my best to control my thoughts and emotions, and still in the process of positive changes. The warfare does not always happen in the battlefield or somewhere else. It is not always external. It is not always between you and another person. But most of the time, the real battle happens in the space enclosed between your ears. Yeah, the real battle goes on in our minds. Every day we face our own spiritual battle. We face our own spiritual warfare. So today, fellow graduates, let me deviate from tradition. I will no longer try to motivate you or inspire you, because I know for sure you're already experts at that by this time. If there's one thing that I want to do and remind you of, is this simple thing. Be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. Huwag mong tinotoxic yung sarili mo, that eventually you vent it out to the people around you. It's okay to have bad days, to stumble sometimes, to put yourself first sometimes, to not know what to do or where to go next yet. You can take life one day at a time, but I'm not telling you to not plan ahead. But please, do not stress too much about what comes next that you neglect to enjoy what is here and now. In order to do this, you just have to train yourself to see the good in everything and everyone. We always hear about how you can control everything that happens to you, how someone else treats you. But you can always control how to react on things that are out of your control. Just as how you can never control who you fall in love with, you can also prevent a storm from coming. Well, for me, it's the same thing. But you can always prepare for it. They will only have the power that you choose to give them. They can only destroy you if you think they are destructive. All of us have experienced and will experience setbacks and loss. But still, it's our call. How much power do we give it? Just don't forget how they made you feel during those times. So now, brave doctors, I tell you, stay calm, be still, and don't let anyone or anything disturb your peace. Just know that sometimes all you can control is your efforts and attitude. You will have your dark days, and might even just get darker and even darker the next days. But one thing is for sure. Yes, the sun is going to rise again, as you also can try again. We all know by now hard work will never betray us. That's why we're here. So just do your best and recognize that your best is good enough. It's okay if all you did today was survive, because tomorrow is another chance to make things better. So again, fellow graduates, be kind to yourself. At this point, we would like to thank our parents who have been the main source of our everything. We did it. We finally did it. We love you for your sacrifice to help us pursue and finish medicine, and for putting up with our attitudes along the way. Thank you for sticking with us. This diploma is just as much yours as it is ours. We all have earned it. Indeed, there's no greater heroism than parenthood, and for that we are grateful. On a personal note, to my family, I owe my successes to you. You have helped me keep my sanity in this path that I chose. To my 3 beautiful sisters, Ate Jane, Ate Lady, and Nix, thank you. And I'm also sorry that you had to cope up with me, with my brat moments, and when I was being the needy, clinging sister that I am. You guys are my best friends. And to my parents, just the thoughts of you always make me emotional. I can only think it should be you up here and not me. Having you is more than comforting and motivating. I hope that my life's work serves as a living testament to the considerable time that you have invested in raising me. Pa, I know how much you want to retire already. But thank you because you chose not to. Ang ambisyosa kasi ng mga anak mo nag-doktor-doktor pa. I know how hard it was for you to stay strong whenever I tell you. Oh my God. Kaya pala sabi nila magdala akong tissue. And whenever I tell you that I needed you here, that I want your embrace, that I'm like here for your presence. But you can't, and sadly you had no choice. Honestly, I'm most afraid in disappointing you again. I'm amazed how you mastered the art of discipline, kung paano mo ako napatino at ngayon nag-i-speech pa ako dito. This is the first time na maka-attend ka ng graduation ko, kaya buti na lang at ginalingan ko na. And to my mother, thank you for my regular ration ng food and pretty much of everything. Having a praying mom like you is a gift from above. Whenever, wherever, you would drop everything that you were doing when you needed to pray for me. My dear parents, know that we will work hard to make sure you get all the happiness in this world which you have sacrificed for us. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank special people who have made my achievements possible in so many ways. I might not be able to mention all of you, but know that I'm grateful to everyone who has put me up here today. Gutom na kasi tayong lahat, kaya bilisan ko na. To my Constance, Kent, Jojen, Chloe, Jasper, Sev, Hani, Maki, and Dada, thank you for celebrating my achievements. Thank you to RC for the helping hand, and also to Sai, Diane, Boards, Jem, Dan, Gilbert, Linchu, and to the C2 peeps. I'm grateful to have you guys who did not treat me as a competition and who are happy to see me grow in my craft. You guys are the best. I love you all. We prayed for this day and it has finally come. As I put a close to this, Dear brave doctors, never fear to push ahead. As God promised in Isaiah 43:2, when you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not consume you. As the Fatimanian phoenix that we all are, we arise renewed from the ashes. So go, find your fire and dance with it. Conquer the blaze as you conquer your dreams. After a long and difficult journey, years of intense studying, we are now equipped with the greatest weapons of all: knowledge, skills, values, and a positive disposition. Let us do everything with love and compassion while expecting nothing in return. As we keep rising towards the top, dear doctors, keep fighting a good fight of faith. Guys, life is crazy, but one thing is for sure. We will look good in white coat. Thank you, and to God be the highest praises and glory. Congratulations, doctors. Congratulations, class 2019.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ladia. Dear graduates, as you continue your journey as remarkable professionals and participate competently and compassionately in the workplace, we are offering this presentation as a tribute for your hard work. Let us together watch this video.
Mahahawakan na namin yung diploma na ang tagal na namin pinaghihirapan.
So in life, talagang may struggles. Pero right after yung struggles, nandyan pa rin yung bahaghari at makikita mo at the end of the line.
Let it go. Let it roll right off your shoulder. Don't you know? The hardest part is over. Let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours. These little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain.
At this point, we shall recognize another graduate of the College of Medicine who gave honor to the university by being a top-performing examinee in the board examination. May I request Dr. Rebecca W. Deduyo to introduce the awardee. May I also request Dr. Caroline Marian S. Enriquez and Dr. Reynaldo A. Olazo for the presentation of the award.
Our Lady of Fatima University College of Medicine plaque of recognition is awarded and presented to Cassie A. Bustamante, MD, seventh placer for her exemplary performance in the physician's licensure examination on September 2018. Signed by our Dean, Dr. Reynaldo Olazo, and our President, Dr. Caroline Marian Santos Enriquez. She will receive 30,000 pesos.
Congratulations, Dr. Cassie A. Bustamante, 7th place, September 2018 Physician Licensure Examination. And now, to lead the Pledge of Loyalty is Dr. Christine Andy Ponce from the College of Medicine. May I request our graduates to stand.
May I request my fellow graduates to please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Christine Andy Ponce, a member of Class 2019, do hereby solemnly declare to promote and protect the good name of my alma mater, Our Lady of Fatima University, Fatima Medical Science Foundation, Incorporated, College of Medicine, and College of Dentistry, in the pursuit of my profession, that I shall observe and maintain the highest ethical standards of the profession, that as an alumnus, I am the ambassador of goodwill of my school, wherever I shall be, And for all these, I humbly pledge to this trust. So help me God.
Thank you, Dr. Ponce. We shall now witness the induction of the graduates to the Fatima Alumni Association, to be led by Dr. Jose Arnel G. Manalili, Vice Chairman of the Department of Human Structural Biology and an alumnus of the College of Medicine, Class 1989.
Class of 2019, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. As a newly accepted and duly recognized member of the Our Lady of Fatima University, Fatima Medical Science Foundation Incorporated Alumni Association, Class of 2019, do hereby solemnly swear as my bounden duty to abide by the Constitution and bylaws of the Association, its precepts and objectives, promote and uphold the good name of my alma mater, and practice my profession to the best of my ability and accepted ethical standards. So help me God. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manalili. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally close today's commencement exercises, the Our Lady of Fatima University Chorale will lead us in singing the OLFU hymn. May we request everyone to stand. Graduates, please join the choir in singing our university hymn.
Onwards we march united, in search for what is true. Guided by Our Lady of Fatima, obstacles we push aside, hardships we overcome, but feet can carry us only so much. And it will be our minds that will carry us to the far horizon, when earth can meet with the skies, and our spirit will reach for the stars.
Oh, Fatima, keep
Thank you very much, OLFU Choral. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the exit of colors by the Honor Guard from the College of Maritime Education. Ladies and gentlemen, that formally concludes today's commencement exercises and investiture ceremony of the College of Medicine and the College of Dentistry of Our Lady of Fatima University, Fatima Medical Science Foundation Incorporated, Class 2019. We shall now witness the recessional of the University Maze, the administrators and the Board of Trustees, college deans, department chairpersons, and faculty members. I am your Master of Ceremonies, Gilson and Tio. Congratulations to all our graduates.
Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours. These twists and turns of fate, time falls away, but these small hours still remain. Let it slide, let your troubles fall behind you, let it shine till you feel it all around you. And I don't mind if it's me you turns of